Hi, everybody. Ali Duzette here. And today it's finally time to talk about verbalizing boundaries. In a lot of my groups, people are talking about boundaries, and there gets to be that question of when do we verbalize? When do we say it? What do we tell people? If you do this, then I'm going to do that. And what I always say about verbalizing boundaries is that I personally really believe in um, focusing more on the internal side than the external side. When you have strong internal boundaries, other people naturally start to respect them, even if you don't say anything at all. I do think a lot of this has to do with things like body language and posture. Somebody asked me that recently, and I do think that really is true. When you change your belief programming, you stand differently, you sit differently, you talk differently, you interact with people differently, and other people get it. It's kind of funny because um, I don't know, people carry themselves differently. And when you look out in a crowd, you can kind of get who people are just by looking at how they posture themselves. As you heal your mindset, you heal your beliefs, you're going to change how you interact with everybody in your whole life. Okay, you're going to change how you interact with everybody that you know because you're changing how you interact with yourself. It's so miraculous. So, okay, let me pull up some tapping scripts on boundaries, verbalizing boundaries. Okay, go ahead and tap with me, okay? I can voice my boundaries firmly but kindly. Let's do that 2 more times. I can voice my boundaries firmly but kindly. I can voice my boundaries firmly but kindly. Let's tap in one more. It is respectable and important when I enforce my boundaries. It is respectable and important when I enforce my boundaries. It is respectable and important when I enforce my boundaries. Go ahead and put your hands on your heart and breathe it in. And so here's a thought question for you for today. In what ways could you kindly but firmly state and enforce your boundaries? Okay. Um, if it comes to the point that you need to verbally enforce a boundary, what is a kind way to do it? You don't have to think of an answer right now, but just asking yourself that question allows your brain to work on that in the background, and it'll plurp out a little answer for you in the right time and place. You can ask your brain questions like, how am I so good at verbally establishing my boundaries? How is it so easy for me to partner with my creator in the verbal establishment of my boundaries? How is it so easy for me to remain positive and kind even when I have to have tough boundaries conversations? How is it so easy for me? That's the question I wish everybody asked all day. How can you go around your day and just ask, how is my life so easy for me? How is my life getting easier every day? So good. Let's set a boundary that all of us are making our own lives easier every single day. I love it. Reminds me of a thing some time ago, maybe 15 years ago. So I was like basically a teenager. And I read a book that said that the way to make your life easier is to think ahead a couple years down the road, think about what you will need to know at that time, and then start studying that now. So you would think about in 5 years from now, what do I need to know? I'll probably need to know about parenting teenagers. I'll probably need to know about selling a car. I'll probably need to know about this, probably need to know about that. You start studying that stuff now so that when it gets down the road, you're already ready and you already are familiar with what's out there. You're already, I don't know, you've already thought ahead. The more that we can prepare for tomorrow, the easier tomorrow is going to be. And so that's kind of the motto of my whole life, and like the premise of my whole work is that we're working here together because we're preparing for tomorrow. Today is what it is, and we're doing our best to get through today, but we're doing it to make tomorrow easier. And that's what it's all about. So anyway, ask yourself today, how is my day getting so much easier every minute? How come my life is working out so well for me right now? Go ask those questions, guys. Come hang out on Facebook, Intuitive Healing with Ali Duzette, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.